We are live.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
That's it, baby. You know, it's so cool because we have special guests today because the Vikings are taking over our show. But we got a guy who's a world famous clarinetist and plays the saxophone. And that sounds like a little saxophone solo there.
Yeah.
So next time he's on, we'll have him. I was going to say tickle the ivories, but that's only when you go to university.
Well, what you were going to say is when he's on, we'll have him sax the phone then.
We'll have him saxophone, yes. Tickle the ivories, I know, is for the piano. But so we can't have him tickle that. I'm gonna go tickle some ivories later.
He can play some Grieg, you know.
Okay, very cool. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Oh, look who is here today! It is going to be a full boat today. Look at this.
Holy!
Well, wait a second.
Can I have my show
How
back,
are you?
please?
It's a nice surprise. Wait a minute. We have another surprise. We have Vikings here today.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a full show.
Did you hear what he said, Stephen? He wants his show back, mate.
Hey, here it is. We're just babysitting.
You guys doing a sterling job.
Well, thank you. So for everyone who doesn't know, this show is this gentleman's concept.
No, it was a throwaway idea, and you guys made it real. So
we are constructors of brain farts. I think that's probably
there. We go.
Best
Not all
brain
hot
fart.
air, huh? Not all hot air.
Not all hot air, no, but we
There's
are.
another tagline. Not all hot air.
I like that. So, but yes, but and do we have his clips by any chance that he does his Sam Spade stuff? No, you couldn't get those up.
Anything could happen in the next half hour.
Okay, so that means we may have lots of surprises.
It occurs to me that David is quite well prepared all of the time.
Yes,
Always.
David is always well prepared. Well, my friend, if I knew you were going to be here today, I would have had a cigar and a scotch in your honor. So
I'm having one for you, sir.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a bit of a surprise. It's a bit of a surprise. I've been stalking him, you see, and finally got that the man with the plan back on the show. So
okay, very nice, very nice.
But
go.
guys, I don't think I met this guy.
You have not met? Yeah. We have to introduce everybody.
Who are you? Tell me about your tell me about your birth and your first day of school.
So I was born about 150 years ago. In a medieval town in Pakistan. So English is my second language.
Wow.
I think I'm doing all right. It seems to come out these days.
Yeah.
But
dubious.
I met these two wonderful gentlemen through another friend of mine who is Brown Car Guy, who features quite a lot on their channel.
I know him. Yeah.
Shazad, who lives in striking distance of me. And my hobby, interest, pursuit is basically hot air, which is cigar smoking. And that's how we united. I unite with a lot of people. I meet a lot of crazy, nice people just from the environment of cigar smoking. So it's done me a favor. And I've met David and Stephen as a result. Now I'm meeting you guys just because I like smoking cigars.
Yep.
And I sit in London, which is the most expensive place in the world for Cuban cigars these days, it seems to be.
Yes.
Anytime you go and buy a Cuban stick, it costs more than £6 million every single time. And that's
welcome to Norway. If you're talking about pricing, don't do that.
Of course.
You know,
come on. We are much more expensive.
I went to a place in LA and the guy in the back room of his pub had Cuban cigars. It's a cigar lounge. I won't mention the name because I don't want him to get in trouble. But he has Cuban cigars that are okay priced. When I was in Dubai, surprisingly enough, the price for Cuban cigars in Dubai, which I'm very excited, I'll be there in 2 weeks, is like they would be in Cuba. And I'm like, Daddy's coming home with a suitcase. So, the customs people don't stop me. Oh yeah. It's like they don't screw you over there. It's not like, $300-400 a stick. It's 35 to 50, 75 a stick, which isn't bad.
They don't screw you in Dubai. That's also a good.
That's a
good
good
vendor.
slogan. I talked to them the other day. I'm going to be a spokesperson from them, and that's going to be on my new shirt that says "They don't screw you in Dubai." So,
well, of course, apart from all the ladies of the night that are on the different floors.
Yeah.
There aren't any.
that's hush your mouth. So,
But the hotels are so high. It's very high hotels, so nobody knows down in the street.
Just to tidy up a little bit of housekeeping, then this whole concept came about because this gentleman who's joined us today, he made some throwaway remark. He said, "Yeah, it'd be great to have a show, but I don't want to have a show with any snobs or any knobs."
Yeah,
and that's how it came about.
Do you want me to explain the rationale?
Yeah,
go
please.
on. It's your rationale, mate. You explain.
No. So what was at the back of my mind then? This was about a year ago in London. London, in terms of the cigar smoking community, it's very diverse. All sorts of people smoke cigars. More people are smoking cigars, let alone the new draconian laws that are coming in against tobacco and minimizing tobacco. So forget all that. There is at least a 200-year-old pursuit in the UK for tobacco consumption, either sniffing it as snuff through your nose, or blowing smoke with cigars, or smoking a cigarette. Anyway, for the past few years, London has a very snobby cigar community full of lots of egos, dandies, and that's fine. I'm cool with that. Everyone has their own way of enjoying themselves. But it seemed to me very much that this sort of dandyism was there to drive up the price of cigars, to be very honest with you, to take cigars back to a place where it was considered the luxury item, the aspirational item. And I don't believe that's very reflective of the world these days. New world cigars notwithstanding, you can get great cigars from Dominican Republic and Nicaragua and Ecuador, and you've got lots of different blends. There's a lot of different market entrants. So we all have our own way of consuming tobacco. And the reason I went on this little bit of a tirade about no snobs and knobs is I don't feel that this market should be led by any particular other than people who enjoy themselves. That was my rationale.
Right.
I can smoke a cigar on a park bench wearing a t-shirt. I have no problem doing that. And I'm in my own indulgent moment, whether I'm smoking a Partagas Capital today. Tomorrow I might be smoking a Camacho. It doesn't make any difference as long as I'm enjoying myself and the conversation. I do not have to wear a Savile Row suit that costs £5,000 in order to feel empowered to do that. And that was my throwaway remark. And I was a bit angry at the time, but I've taken a bit of a chill pill.
Really?
But I will say that I find when I go smoke cigars, like especially when I've been in Dubai smoking and we're sitting at the cigar lounge with whoever, nobody cares if you're a sheik or a sheikh and you have $17 trillion in the bank, or you're just a normal guy with a few dollars in the bank, right? Everybody's equal. In any place I go, I found that nobody looks down whether you smoke a $2 stick or a $200 stick. It's all about the brotherhood of a cigar. It's like men just getting together, and women smoking a cigar and just relaxing and chilling and drinking whatever you drink, and that's it. It's not about look what I'm smoking with it. I mean, and people that don't know how to smoke cigars, of course, they don't get it. It's
so
like
so you have to have a degree on how to smoke a cigar. I thought you just said that.
There is an art to lighting your stick. There's an art to it.
There's an art to lighting of something which burns.
Yes, there is. If you light it wrong, you won't get the full flavor and the benefit. It won't burn properly. If you don't take your the band off at the right time, it'll pull part of the cigar apart. I mean, there's an art to smoking a cigar.
You don't have to listen to music while you're smoking a cigar. Don't worry about the band. Just give them a few quid. They can go off and get a beer or something. But
No, but it is, there is an art to it, and he'll tell you,
Yeah.
he knows. It's like, nobody leaves the band on their cigar to show you what they're smoking. They leave the band on until it heats up enough where you can pull it, where it almost just falls off.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that. Like, some novices will pull the band off right away. Others leave it on because they're trying to show you what they smoke. But an aficionado is going to leave it on until it's about where his is about almost a quarter of an inch away, and the band is just enough where it'll either slide off or you just pull it and just drops right off. But if you pull it sooner, it pulls the cigar, and it pulls the leaf.
It sounds like part of the Kama Sutra, doesn't it? All this lot.
Stephen, it's just like a friend I have in Germany. He bought himself a very expensive Baumler dress. It's known for its price and quality, but here in the arm, very often in brands there are a little sticky thing,
right,
and he weared it all the time, and I told him, no, you have to cut it off, because you can see on the small tag, you have to go close, but you see again, someone is pretending to be a wannabe.
Yeah.
Right.
Morten, I don't know if you know. You're talking about something. I've been seeing this for the past 30 years at weddings. Yep. There's always someone wearing a cheap suit, and they've got the band on the other. But recently, especially in the last year, Gucci are doing suits with their logo on, with not their logo, with the patch on the outside, and you're not meant to take it off, so that everyone knows you're wearing a Gucci.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Crazy.
Oh,
culture just develops. Culture is
That's
developing.
not good. That's not good. Well,
the thing that was crass is now fashionable.
Instead of smoking, you can sing "Smoke Gets in Your Eyes."
There you go.
The issue with that is, though, that's the nouveau riche, because anybody that has money or comes from money is never going to wear that. I mean, they may wear, whether it's a $5,000 suit or a $50 suit, but they're not going to advertise their suit. Everything is low key. There's no way someone's going to be like, look at me. The idea is to always just blend in.
Yeah.
I stopped smoking when I was 16 years old.
So last week.
Yeah. Last week ago. A fortnight ago.
Yeah.
Yes, a fortnight ago.
A fortnight. Now we have to tell every Americans about fortnight.
Fortnight is 2 weeks, everybody. So we'll help them.
Yeah.
So what have you been up? We speak to these guys all the time. What have you been up to? Tell us what you like. We haven't seen you in forever. You've been a busy man, and even Shiraz says, I haven't seen him. I haven't talked to him. We have to go for a burger. We spoke about you yesterday on his show. So what have you been up to?
Shall I just show you what he's been up to?
Please, the Maltese Falcon.
Here we go.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
Well,
Wow.
He's
Good movie.
Been making lots of movies, and I've been playing around with them. So there you go.
Yes.
And we've got a series of them, Stephen, and I shall be putting them up onto the channel.
Wow! So you're going to be on our channel, on our playlist. Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's why we had a bit of an intro, the whole intro thing going, because it's the whole shebang. But there you go.
So I know I'm a totally failed movie director. If I had existed, existed in the 30s, which I would have loved to have done, I'm golden age thinker. I'm sort of like harking back. I would have directed movies or produced or made an effort to. And so now with very little basic technology, an iPhone, and my hobby, cigar smoking hobby, I had quite a few people, including Shazad, on my case constantly. Why don't you start a YouTube channel? Why don't you start a YouTube channel?
Why not?
And the cigar smoking community in London is it's a very vibrant community. Even visitors to London, people like Kirby Allison, which I'm sure most of you guys know about. It's the American dandy visiting London and marinating.
He's in Austin, by the way. He lives here in Austin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was in London last week. I caught a glimpse of him at the lounge that I go to quite a lot. I was there last night, in fact. I'm going to be there today as well. There are quite a few really good YouTube channels where people are smoking cigars, analyzing them, talking about clothing, talking about watches. So there's quite a vibrant market for that. And so when I had people like Shazad, and I'm mentioning him because most of you guys know him, so you got to do a YouTube channel. My inclination was, no, I don't need to do a YouTube channel. There's plenty of people doing a YouTube channel much better than I would ever do it in a much better way. So I go back to my rationale. I like capturing and memorializing cigar moments in the way that I think that went. So the little movie that you saw is nothing, is basically, it's a minute long. It's maybe 8 or 9 videos that I took one evening smoking a very special, it was a Punch Ligne d'Or cigar. Very, very nice, hard to get cigar. And so I compiled it in a way that I thought would be very film noir, black and white, 1930s music. There's a mysterious monologue over that on YouTube. So if you actually go and see the YouTube clip of that, I do that sort of, is it Carol Reed from The Third Man? Who does a bit of a monologue. So I have that monologue in that very old radio style. So I thought, hang on, if I stick to 1930s tech, where the voice isn't particularly clear, the movie doesn't have to be particularly clear, but there's this suspicious, mysterious element to it. I've actually captured my flavor of the cigar and I put it on a video, and hopefully other people might like it and enjoy it. And I thought that if I do enough of these YouTube videos, and I've got a very good technical producer, actually one, very luckily, I'm not going to mention his name at this stage, but in the next 3 or 4 videos he'll appear. He's Mr. Beast's editor.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber in the world.
Wow.
So at a technical level, forget at a content level, at a technical level, I'm giving it a stab to have a bit of a YouTube channel where I'm just indulging. I'm not really interested in humongous views. If they happen, they happen. But I'm here to share with a community, and perhaps outside that community, there'll be people watching this thinking, what is this idiot doing? Well, at least he's enjoying himself. And at least there's something, again, that no-knob mentality, mentality. Yeah.
Rita, I have to ask you, was that a double-flamed Branson
torch
lighter?
That is an ST DuPont Ligne 2. It is double flame.
But what is it? The Branson?
No, it's an ST DuPont.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay.
ST DuPont.
Okay.
So I have a little.
No, just a caveat, really. Then we were very, very lucky that he's sharing it with us and the films with us, and they're going to be on our own playlist on 2OF. But we are allowed to show, for copyright reasons, the light version. If you want the dark, deep 1930s voice, you'll have to swing across to his own YouTube.
And I'm trying to make it better. I hope I've only put up 3 videos. I think there's a 4th one going up today, maybe a 5th one tomorrow as well.
Well, I'm waiting for them in the Dropbox.
But it's all about different places, different cigar lounges, predominantly around London. I'll be doing a few in Paris. It's, for me, it's about capturing a moment,
right?
Recalling it like a story,
But
and
anyway,
putting it out to people. That's all it is. It's a bit of fun, if anything.
Anyway, Reza, it's an 8 of 10 points, this video. And that's amazing.
It's more. It's more.
Your cell phone, okay? Amazing.
I'm sorry.
He says it's out of a scale of 1 to 10. He's giving it an 8. And Morton says it's much more. You and I already when you sent it to me, we spoke, and I told you it has to come on channel.
Well. Actually, I'm actually quite happy and excited about something.
Yes.
Stephen suggested to me a few days ago. I don't think Stephen knew that I was going to be on the channel. Stephen said that the magic word Sam Spade, Maltese Falcon. So I ordered a little Maltese Falcon, which I'm going to try and get it to feature in those videos one way or another. It's going to be impractical carrying around a Maltese Falcon with me to different lounges, but I will make an effort, Stephen. So if people spot that's Stephen. Where is he? Where am I pointing? That's Steve. It's a Stephen idea.
Right here. Right.
The actual Maltese Falcon and the soundtracks that I'm using. If you go and watch the videos, they're like Sunset Boulevard, The Cat and the Canary, Maltese Falcon. If there are people around of that generation, they might go, "Hey, I've heard that track," and it's only a minute, so it's copyright free and all that kind of stuff. And
that's not strictly true. But YouTube will tell us if it is or not. But
yes,
YouTube has done the analysis. It's allowed it all.
Okay.
Reza, you have a man here beside of you, Roal, who is an excellent player, and he's, believe it or not, he's been in the 30s.
Really?
So he can play. He can play for you. He's one of the best players in Norway.
Wow,
he's a world famous. He's actually a world famous clarinetist from Norway, and he plays the saxophone as well. So
very noiry jazz.
Yeah, something that would be really unique to have on the videos.
If you have any original content, please do share it with me through David and Stephen. I'm more than happy to. That's wonderful. More than happy to use it. If you have it, you get something like that. But then I'll have to kind of tweak my video to fit that storyline, because the music is, to be honest, the videos are nothing. Actually, in my opinion, it's the music that makes everything happen. And the little hits in the music. And I think I've been good at that. I've been good at picking little snippets, not necessarily the opening and the mid bit. I look around for that part where there's some dramatic musical build up, and then I end the video on that. So that's about as dead mysterious as I can get.
Well, talking about dramatic build-ups, let's have a look and see. I'm going to put a screensaver on now, and we just have a quick look as to what Morton sent me this morning. So we'll just put this one up. And then we'll just run this. This is what came this morning.
Wow.
Short and sweet, but
very short and very flavored.
Very nice. So, well, this is a nice little reunion with everybody. So now I know it's not a weekly thing, but are you going to surprise us off and on now throughout the rest of the year, or is this like I get to see you now in 2025?
Yeah. I'm more. If you're talking to me, Steve, I'm more than happy to participate. So it's a pleasure to sit and chat with people who are against snobbery and knobbery.
Well, you know us, so you know how we are about that. So,
Yeah.
so
I think the show name kind of gives it away, really. But
I don't mind. I don't mind sitting with people who are a little bit dandy. I have no problem with it. But then my ego
thank you.
comes into
Very,
play.
very
Which
nice
means
of you
that I'm a
to
hypocrite.
say that. Thank you very much.
Well, you know, when you talk about Kirby, and I've not met him, and he may be the nicest guy, but he's a little too dandy for me. I've watched his video, but he's just. Dandy maybe and more interested, but he's not posh, but he's a little too dandy, especially when he's with the guys at the Davidoff store. It's just the way he comes off. I just don't like it.
What he's done very successfully. Very successful.
Excuse me, Desar. I have a small story.
Yes, of course.
10 years ago, we have a big jubilee at a big hotel in Norway. The hotel's name is Hotel Norway. And there was ex-President Clinton. And then I was hired by a big shot in Oslo, the capital in Norway. And we have a manning company, you know. So we take a lot of people from Romanian, okay? And what I did, I have a betting with my earlier chef. Give a shit in the morning, but I told him I can go down in the foyer and I can meet Mr. President Clinton tonight. No, you can't. If you do it, you get so and so money. And I take off my jacket, have a white shirt, go down. I'm talking about timing. Timing is very important in our life, in any situation. And I went down, and it was a lot of people around to take care of the president, of course. So they check up everyone. And I go to the man beside me with the camera. And when this important guy asked me, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm the member of the crew. Of course. And this guy could not confirm or deny. When the elevator come down, it's about timing. The mayor and all of the people with the flower waiting for him. And when the elevator go up, I scream, "Good evening, Mr. President." And I take out my hand. What was his choice? He had to come to me. And I meet him, small talk, and follow him to the car. And the mayor and every television station, what the fuck, who is he?
I love it.
Avon is a specialist on this. Not only, it happens so many times. He's my brother, I know. But let's save it to later.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, we just touched a little bit on Kirby. I don't think these gentlemen know who he is, but he's a cigar. He does clothing, cigars, and whatever. Talking about being dandy, and he's just too, I guess, dandy. But you were about to say he's found the niche, I think, for that.
I think that apart after the sort of like surface view of it,
right?
He's found a great audience of Americans, British, but also in the non-English speaking world. As a YouTuber, he has found this sense of Britishness that people tune into to kind of see what British people are like.
Gotcha.
I think his success lies in the fact that he behaves like a bit of a dandy and a knob. I think that's very much on purpose. It's very contrived, but it's done for effect. As to his actual character, it's the same.
Okay.
so he's good at it because he's good at it.
Right. That's his life. But he comes across that way. That's his and he lives here in Austin. I know that only because I watched one of his things once and he said, "Oh, in Austin." And I'm like, "You live in Austin?" And it's just sort of like, "Oh, okay." Because I mean, he's with the Davidoff guys all the time in London.
The Davidoff guys. So the Davidoff guys, for those who may or may not know, is a father-son team of two sort of. I think they're Armenian Iranian, lovely people.
Yes.
Edward is the father. Eddie is the son. Edward is basically like the uncle that every human being wants. He's the kind of person you can go and sit with, and he'll smoke a cigar, and he'll look at the ceiling, and he'll talk to you, and he'll give you words of wisdom. And before you know it, he's sold you $6 million worth of cigars that Eddie is charging at the front.
Right.
Is the best salesman on the planet. They have a beautiful corner shop on St. James's in London. Very prominent. It's got the words Davidoff written on it. Often Edward or his son Eddie are seen standing outside on the corner, smoking a cigar in an elegant suit. Yep. And that's their selling point. And their collaboration with Kirby has helped them quite a lot because they've gone from being essentially tobacconists to sort of market players. Yep. And they didn't need Kirby to do that. They have their own intellectual capital. They have their own knowledge and experience. But aligning yourself up with in these days with someone who's really good at social media does everything because they're not just known in London; they're known around the world in the way that Kirby is known around the world. So that's sort of an alliance, a business alliance, an alliance of dandyism at its height, at its zenith, its peak, at its summit, at its pinnacle, at its top, however dandy you want to get with the words.
Excuse me, Riz. I don't know you, and for everyone, don't take this personally. But are you yourself a fan of the dandy or the no snobs?
I am very much not in the dandy camp. Very much not in the dandy camp.
Okay.
I'm North London. I'm North London schooled. I need a passport to leave North London. I went to North London. My parents. I'm very lucky. My parents gave me a ridiculously good education. I went to public school in London, so I had all the makings of being a dandy if I wanted to. But we have this chill pill attitude in North London. Like, let it go. Be a little bit yourself. And I hope that comes across. If it doesn't come across, I need to try.
No. Okay, it's good.
Every interview we've ever done with you, when we started with Shiraz and we started to do just to interview him, and then we did Sermon from the German, and you would come on every now. Everyone you come across, no snobs, no knobs. So that's why this is your the baby, the show. It's your brainchild, my friend.
Let's use words spiritually. Spiritually. But no, I'm so happy. I'm so humbled that you guys are taking it to such a level, because actually there is if you want to think from a business perspective, there is a huge market for very casual, no nonsense, opening up your mind, speaking your mind, enjoying yourself in a perhaps old-fashioned way. We can still be old-fashioned without being dandies. We can still have some. We can have some wholesome values, but we can also say what's on our mind, what's really bothering us, and that really is our channel.
What we try and do on this show is be,
in a very, very small way. I'm a little bit. It would have been nice to have Shazad on here, because Shazad is someone I can get into. As Stephen knows, I watched all the old videos, and Stephen is sitting there he's holding back. He's holding back.
You guys are great. Well, he does Sermon from the German once a month. So next time he tells me his date, I will send it to you, and we will surprise him as you surprised me. Then we'll do that. It'll be lots of fun.
Well, I'm going to surprise you all, because there's enough. You know me. Enough of all this ridiculous cigar talk. We need to be discussing. Important things.
You have a new thing.
Imagine.
And here we go.
Here we go.
This is really
supports
important.
folks. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, this is really important. There you go. So
come on.
we had this this is blown up. I mean, yeah, is it a fan? Is he a fan, or is it fun?
Oh my God!
But,
So a football star, for the people outside the United States, was poked in the bum by a fan. Apparently, he liked it. If you look at his face.
Yeah.
So,
So this is we would like to place it on record that this disgusting incident, etc., etc., etc. But
why is it a
basically,
disgusting incident?
well,
I don't know.
Stephen, it's disgusting because somebody stuck their finger up his ass. So that's
come on.
probably, so that's what it was. So,
But he earns that much money that he has to reckon these things. Come
well,
on.
I think he was quite shocked, and I just wanted to share that with everybody because it's important that this sort of material gets on the show.
Right.
You know, it's all over social media. You know me, I'm a social media guru.
This spells social media.
This will be like the Stockholm syndrome again. Everybody will do this now.
Let the people be crazy in sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
This
why not?
is important stuff. This look, see the finger.
oh
It's
my
in.
God.
Yeah.
So this is actual footage from the live football match. It's been everywhere. So it's he was a bit miffed. He turned around and
It's not
said
a big
something.
issue. Is it? Is it a big issue? No.
Well, it depends. It depends whether or not it's your finger or your thumb.
It depends, if you're living in the real world today, this is peanuts. Okay.
He didn't get as far as peanuts. I don't think he just got.
maybe he's eating peanuts and he wants to dry off. You know, he's
He was
slippery.
looking for the McNuggets, I think, but he didn't get that far.
Oh my God.
The world is screwed up
Yes, you think?
in a big way. You guys may recall this is a UK. This happened in the UK maybe 25-ish, 26 years ago. Famous French football player Eric Cantona.
That's
He was being taunted by the crowd. He did a flying kung fu kick into the crowd. He jumped into the crowd with a kung fu kick. Right. That's some at a different level. Imagine what would happen to him today. In the context of the
Social media.
Listen, the world is grinding its gears and breaking them, and it's all over. There will be a cataclysmic event. We are all going to die.
I'm glad
That's what we say every show. So, I agree.
I'm glad you all enjoyed my little contribution. I thought it was really important to get it on the show today.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Mostly because Morton doesn't like me showing all the porn stars, which we normally have on. But
no.
Oh God. As you could tell, we definitely no snobs or knobs here, my friend. So
no, that's fine. You know what would be what would be interesting? Perhaps let's have a snob on here at some stage. We can have that dance.
Good idea.
Of words as to who is more justified in their demeanor. Let's have someone on. Let's find a snob to put on this channel and see
maybe
how
Kirby would come on. What do you think?
Sorry?
Kirby could come on.
Yeah,
Kirby being
lovely.
That'd be good.
It could be great to get Kirby.
And then we can use the finger.
Now we can use the finger. Sure. Well, here's what's interesting. Here's what's interesting. When Raza started with us doing Sermon from the German, when we just all met, I think we had about 10,000 subscribers, if that. I think this morning it's either 47,900 or 48,000. Thank you very much. So we're finding an audience, and this is to David and to also you, my friend, and Morton that hosts this show, because you can't make it all the time, so to speak. But what's very interesting is because we have about 20 different shows on our channel, and they're all in our playlist. And David's idea was to have a television station. What we found was people come to it. So shows get anywhere from 1 to 10,000 views, and there's 40,000, and it keeps growing because you don't just listen to us. There's a dog show, an AI show, a business show. It goes on and on and on. So you can come to us almost like the BBC.
Cigar show.
Well,
What's
now a cigar noir story show.
Yes.
There's one show you're missing, a goat show.
A goat show?
Of course, goats has to have some show as well.
Of course.
Well, we
as
could
in
click
race
on.
of all time, or
No,
race of all time, or just like a real goat?
I think he means contacting that Spanish football supporter and getting a goat on the show.
Yeah.
And see what will
It
happen
would be
next.
nice to get that football supporter on the show.
I would love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And the goat, because then just see what happens then. You know.
May I just invite Roald here who is the youngest of us to tell a bit about, because he has a story about Washington.
Yep.
George Washington.
Please.
George Washington.
Sure, they grew up together, so they know each other. Sure.
They know each other.
Of course.
Well, this is a story about a Norwegian farmer who had several sons, and he was a strategic. He knows what to do, when, how, and so he set up his 5 sons and asked them who has pushed the autos out of the cliff and down to the sea. No answer. I'm asking you once more, my sons, who pushed the autos out of the cliff and down to the sea? No answers. My sons, he said, I must tell you about George Washington. When his father took his sons in front of him and asked who has cut down the finest cherry tree in the garden, George Washington stand up at once and said, "It's me, father." And there were he didn't get any punishment for his answer. So now, my sons, I ask you once more, who pushed the outhouse out of the cliff and down to the sea? And then one son, he stand forward and said, "It was me, father." And he got a lot of punishment.
That's a good story.
Father, you told me about George Washington, and he didn't get any punishment. My son, there is a difference. You see, the father to George Washington wasn't sitting up in the tree when that was cut down.
That's great.
That's a great one. Come on.
Very nice. That is awesome. Very awesome. Well, gentlemen, we're getting close to the magic hour. So before we leave, I want to thank. This is Saturday morning, just in case you guys didn't know. This made our Saturday morning.
Have I missed it again?
You missed it again, Dave. And also, just so you know, David, we're in 2024. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just double checking.
Yeah.
So
this is Hollywood Saturday we're in now. Is that right?
Sure, Dave. Ruin the mystery for the fans now that you know. Okay. So, but anyway, I want to thank everybody.
It's pre-recorded.
Seriously, you're just gonna kill it for the fans who think it's live. So,
it is live. It is live.
It is live.
Just have a look at my Porsche watch.
Oh my God!
There you go.
And look, I'm wearing Gucci on my label. No, I'm just kidding. So
look at my watch.
I like
Every time I'm traveling outside Norway, I go to a poor people and give my watch.
I like
Even
it
every time.
Cost. That's my privilege.
Wow, look at you. You're a saint. So that's
I know.
awesome. I know, as long as you know. But gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Russ, always good to see you, my friend. Stay around
My
after the
pleasure,
credits.
my
We'll
pleasure,
catch
my
up a little bit if you have some time.
Let me
Morning,
loose
it's
on
always good
Shazam
to see you.
next time.
Sorry?
Let me loose on Shazam next time, huh?
Oh, all day long, my friend, all day long. Because that's a great show. I would actually, we can see if we can bring him on a No Snobs or Knobs show because that would be
We
hysterical.
wonder why, and then
Yeah. But we do Sermon on the German. We just did February show a few days ago. So that means we have one coming up in March. So the March show, if not, we'll definitely let you know when it is so you can have a field day with him. And that'll be awesome. And then the fans will like it too. So apparently on our playlist, there'll be a Cigar Noir story channel now. So that'll be all your stuff that comes out. So everybody will be able to see that. Classics.
Yep.
And
it
we'll
would
put that
be
there.
nice. It would be nice at some stage. I don't know how to do it. I'm going to think about it to get you
Okay.
guys into the Cigar Noir story somehow. I'll need some clips from you, but I'll do it.
We can do that. I'll be smoking cigars later today. I'll take some clips.
Absolutely. Send it to
You
me.
have to with a black and white filter then on the today. We'll talk about it
I'll
after the
filter it.
show.
I'll do the
He'll
dubbing.
filter. Listen, when he says he wants clips, he's not going to just take the black filter to black and white. He's going to take my face off and put somebody else's face. That's better looking. I got
of
things
course.
like that. Yeah. So it won't be me.
AI.
AI.
You
Right.
AI.
Everybody in
just
AI.
have to think of your villain name because I'm giving everyone these Bond-esque villain names.
Ooh,
There you go.
a Sam Spade villain name. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, I
the
think
Society
I
of the
think we'll-
Devil's Claw. I've done that one as well. You're going to see that today or tomorrow. But,
Yes, don't forget to wash your finger before you smoke. You know, you never know.
You
You
never
never,
know.
know, you never know who you poked.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. You
No,
up?
he's
You
right
up?
there.
Huh?
no, I'm back.
That was-
It's the phone calls. When phone calls come in, you're on my phone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
lose
have
each
to take-
other
yeah.
when that happens. I
Yeah.
know. It's a
Yeah.
bummer.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, always a pleasure.
A bummer.
Thank you so
There
much.
you go.
Stay
That's the
stay
theme of
around.
today's
It's a
show.
bummer. Stay around till the end of the credits so we can have a quick catch up with you. Morton, it's always good to see you. We'll see you next week. Gentlemen, thank you for coming. We'll have you back so we can hear more stories. And please, roll when you come next time, either the saxophone or the clarinet, if you would play that, that would be an honor for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very
I'll
much.
do my
So-
best.
All right, fans. We'll see you all later. Thank you, everybody. Don't
Yeah.
forget to subscribe and like and tell your friends. David, take us home.